Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get the info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get the info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? We'll get some people time to join. On your way in, hit the like button.
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get the info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get the info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go.
As I said before, what's going on, everybody? On your way in, hit the like button. As you guys know, Colorado Buffaloes started their, some former Colorado Buffs started their OTAs as far as camp. Xavier Weaver, Derrick Mcclendon, Leonard Payne Jr., all of these guys started OTAs. Jordan Dominic. So we wish them all good luck. I'll show some of the clips of Xavier Weaver as you guys join the podcast.
Yeah. Where am I, man?
Yeah, rookie mini camp. Hit the like button on your way in. Shout out to Azar White. Yeah, rookie mini camp. So it's going to be very important for these guys to make plays very early. As you guys know, majority of these guys, well, all of them is undrafted free agents. Xavier Weaver has the largest undrafted salary. So I feel like he has a very good chance to make the roster. So Xavier Weaver receives recognition to this Cardinals undrafted free agent signing. Let's see, we got Southbound in the house. He said, check-in from Ghana, U.S. Army. What's going on? What's good, Southbound? Hey, appreciate your service, man. How you liking it out there in Ghana? How you liking it out there, Southbound? But as I said before, Xavier Weaver, I'm very excited to see how he's going to pan out. Derrick Mcclendon, as well as Jordan Dominic, all of those guys, man. Love it, bro. Beautiful. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about Ghana. That's what's up right there. We do have a player interview that's coming up in a couple of days. But yeah, that's dope right there, Southbound. As you guys know, the birds chirping in the background. So if you don't like nature, then I don't know what to say. So for these guys to make the roster, obviously it's 53-man roster, and then from there, all of their goal really is to make it past the off season. Because once you get it, just because you get invited to these camps, it don't mean anything. You got to make the 53-man roster. Really, the first round is the only safe round, I would say. But 2nd through 7, undrafted, you pretty much gonna have to prove it. So I was checking out some of these articles as I was reading up on these guys. So there's 18 undrafted free agents, and you add Derrick Mcclendon in the mix. That's a lot of undrafted free agents. But I feel like Derrick Mcclendon has what it takes. He works very hard. You know, the Carolina Panthers need some help at the outside linebacker position. But I would like to see Xavier Weaver and Marvin Harrison. I'm gonna speak that into existence. Xavier Weaver on one side, Marvin Harrison on the other. I think that's gonna be unstoppable because I can't really think about a wide receiver right now the Cardinals have that I feel like Xavier Weaver can't beat out. I mean, if we're being honest, Derrick reminds me of Jadeveon Clowney, Jadeveon Clowney. I agree. I can see that as well. I can see that similarity right there as well. Leonard Payne, I feel like Leonard Payne got a good shot as well. And that's what I be trying to say with these guys, man. They always talk about, players leaving because of playing time and stuff like that. But my point is, it's not even about that. If you stay with Coach Prime, he's gonna get these guys opportunities. Shout out to Tom Rick Walker. He says, "Happy Saturday, bro. Keep holding down, Mississippi down." Appreciate that, Tom Rick. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying my best, bro, to keep holding it down. Shout out to Jay. He said, "How fast is?" What do you mean by how fast is? Michael in the house. He's chiming in from Arizona. He said, well, he in Arizona right now. And although I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm a former Cardinals season ticket holder. I gave up my season tickets because I don't like the way the organization is run. But if Xavier makes the squad, which yeah, I agree. I'm an Eagles fan. But at the same time, I hope Xavier Weaver can find his way on the roster. If he do, I definitely will be supporting him. So you say you gave up your season tickets because you don't like the way the organization. So what do you mean by that, Michael? As far as you don't like how the organization is ran. Shout out to Samuel. He says Xavier Weaver going to surprise a lot of people. I think so as well. I really feel like Xavier Weaver is going to surprise a lot of people. I think he's going to be one of the very few of many players that usually go undrafted late rounds to have a very good career. Michael says, "I'm confident he will. I will be attending some games. Good stuff, dog. Keep up the grind." Appreciate that, Michael. Appreciate you 100%. Yeah, I'm going to actually attend some practices of some of the guys, Xavier Weaver. I'm going to try to get out there and attend Derrick Mcclendon practices. So I'm going to try to get you guys some of that footage. How fast is Xavier Weaver? 4.440. 4.440. Are you still going to be covering Colorado or not? Because they've been on break and a lot of news have not been out. Yeah, I'm going to still cover Colorado. Right now, things are very slow. As you said, a lot of news is not out right now. But yeah, I'm going to do my best to keep you guys updated whenever I hear something. The Cardinals didn't have a winning mentality, but raised their prices every season. Yeah, that's the thing about these NFL organizations. They all about money. You also have to keep in mind they paying a lot of these players a lot of money. Some of these guys getting paid too much money, in my opinion. But I mean, think about it. Xavier Weaver had a 250 some thousand undrafted salary. And that's a lot of money. So they have to make the money back through the people that attend the games and stuff like that. Um, but I do agree those ticket prices is very steep. So as I said before, Weaver has a chance to beat out guys like Zach Pascal, Chris Moore, who's a veteran. All of these guys that they have in this article right here, in my personal opinion, are average wide receivers. So Xavier Weaver has a very good chance to be number one, in my opinion. But I know Marvin Harrison is good. He's a great wide receiver as well. But even if Marvin Harrison is one, Xavier Weaver is two, they still both on the field together. With Kyler Murray, I mean that's an unstoppable offense, as along with guys like Zach Pascal. So it's just going to all depend on how Weaver does in camp. They have him rocking the number 30.
Yeah. Grandma, man.
They have him rocking the number 30. But none of that stuff really matters as far as your jersey number. What matters is actually getting active, putting in work, making plays.
Yeah. Grandma, man.
This is what you can get for playing for Coach Prime. Opportunities like this. Man, if Shedeur had an offensive line and Xavier wasn't, man, exactly, could put up way more numbers. I agree with you 100%. Those numbers could have been way better for both of them, for Shedeur and Xavier Weaver, if they had an offensive line. How do you guys feel as far as the offensive line right now? Do you guys think it's that much better? Because I've been watching these practices, and it looks better. It do look like Shedeur has more time in the pocket, but we'll never know until the first game. Obviously, practice you really can't tell as much, because a lot of times they'll have very good practices, and then we'll get into the game where it feels like they're just a different team. You know, not being able to stop simple concepts. I hope they can fix that this year. As far as the slant route, crossing routes, not being able to adjust during the games, stuff like that. That you think a team will be able to do. But I do feel like the sky's the limit this season for the Buffs. There's a lot of people that I feel like is rooting against this team. I showed you guys in the community thread where Colorado isn't the only team that have players leaving. Alabama, 39 players. Michigan, 39 players. I think it's Indiana, 39 players. You know what I'm saying? But they try to make it seem like Colorado's the only team with players leaving and entering the transfer portal. Michael says, hands down, the O-line appears to be better, and they now have depth. I agree. Shirley in the house. Shout out to Shirley, always chiming in. She says, hello, everyone. As Zara White says, the offensive line got way better. The practices this year, way different, but I feel like the Colorado hype is not the same as last year. I agree. I do feel like that the O-line is definitely much better than they were last year. Sunfire Brown in the house. I love the badge. I love the badge. I love the support. She says, hello from California. I made it back home safely. That's great. Happy to catch this live. That's great right there. Digital in the house. He says, Magdal TV, the O-line is much better with competition. Last year, O-line was compromised. Several times I seen guys just flat out quit and let guys run. Yes, facts. I agree. It was so bad, it looked intentional. Xavier Weaver's going to be fine. Cam Jordan, Dominic Derrick Mcclendon, Jordan Payne. Yeah, all of those guys going to be good. Sunfire Brown says, congratulations to the ones that graduated from Colorado, including Darius, Reach the People Media. Oh, yeah, congratulations to Darius. He did graduate. That's huge. To be able to have much success as he has with the Reach the People Media podcast, but still able to graduate at the same time. That's impressive. I think Colorado needs size in the backfield. Yeah, they could use some more size. Xavier will be in rotation and he might start. I feel like that as well. I really feel like he would actually start because, as I said before in this article, they only mentioned Zach Pascal, who's a average wide receiver in my opinion. Chris Moore, who's an average receiver, but he's a vet. Both of these guys are veterans, so you can't just take their jobs. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to make plays to do so, but it's not like they are like Tyreek Hill or it's not like they just can't have their jobs taken. So I feel like Xavier Weaver and Marvin Harrison both are in very good positions. John Watkins says, congratulations. Colorado has the upfront beef that's well deserved. Remember, the O-line will be on display and the NFL will be watching. Also, the offensive line are some of the top paying players in the NFL. Yes, I agree with you. The offensive line is the most important position in football. If you don't have an offensive line, I don't care how good your quarterback is. Obviously, we had a chance to see that with Shedeur Sanders. George says, who is the backup quarterback? Are you talking about the Cardinals or Colorado? Because as far as Colorado go, I mean, it's still up in the air. Galvin Cole just transferred. Nobody really separating themselves as far as backup quarterbacks. I want to say I have his name off the back of my head, but I can't think of his name. He played pretty good when Shedeur went down last season. I want to say he's the backup, but I can't think of his name right now. He says, how do you think Colorado is going to do when everyone leaves for the 2025 draft? This is a very good question. Because I'm very honest. Yes. Stop. Yeah. That's who's the backup quarterback. Appreciate that, Digital. But to answer this question, I think Colorado still is going to do good because Coach Prime, he would have to go and get a real good quarterback. That's for sure. Miller will be back. I think they're going to do okay. It's going to all well, I say Colorado's going to do good because Coach Prime is very good as far as the transfer portal. I think they're going to do good after that 2025 draft. But I mean, you have to think about it. The guys that he's going to have to replace isn't some guys that you can just go replace in 24 hours. I mean, Travis Hunter is the best player to ever play the game. Saying other than maybe your Dion Sanders, your some of the GOATs, the greatest to do it. So to just replace somebody like Travis Hunter after the 2025 draft, that you're asking for a lot. Shedeur Sanders, top 3, as far as NFL picks. So, that's a lot that you had to replace. But I do feel like Primetime can do it. So I think they'll be okay. Colorado, when will we start getting interviews in of the new players who would like to interview? Yeah, that's the thing about it. I am reaching out to some of the guys for upcoming interviews. So be on the lookout for that this upcoming week. Is Travis a lock to leave? Absolutely. Yeah, he's leaving after this season. 100%. 100%. Hello from Pennsylvania. We have a better O-line, but I do feel like the people are not as supportive as they were when Coach Prime first arrived. I don't think we have diehard fans in Colorado. Um, I feel like we do. I feel like that um, the media plays a big role into filling the heads of diehard fans. You know, if you're not a diehard fan, you can get confused a little bit with the media because they do everything they can to make it look like Coach Prime is not. Coach Prime has more people that support him than they that don't. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of time the media will push this false narrative on Coach Prime to where it'll have people thinking or believing some of the things that's being put out. So I don't feel like that we have diehard fans that's not as supportive. I just feel like that, when you have people like Stephen A. and all these big time media outlets putting out this false narrative of Coach Prime, a lot of diehard fans start to believe some of the stuff, and that's all it is. But I don't feel like I still believe there's a lot of people riding on Colorado. Don't forget to thumbs up this great content. Appreciate that, Sunfire Brown. Yeah, don't forget to thumbs up this content. You guys know how I am. A lot of times I get so caught up into talking, but if you guys want to support me, I do have the banner rolling as far as the PayPal, Cash App for those that want to donate. Eric Turner says if Colorado can win 8 to 10 games, expect Julian to flip to. If Colorado can win 8 to 10 games, expect Julian to flip. Okay. Big shout out to Shiloh. He nailed his father in the new in that movie. Yeah, I gotta check it out, Southbound. I have to check that out. I heard he did play his father role in that movie. I think that was very interesting. Colorado is going to take college football by storm and make the college football playoffs. I do feel like that with 12 teams now, which we have, extended for this season, Colorado should make the playoffs. Last season was a sense of hope. This season is a sense of expectations. So that's what we definitely believe this season. Are you a Colorado fan and have always been? No, I haven't always been a Colorado fan, but I do, support primetime Dion Sanders, the greatest player to ever play the game of football, baseball, greatest athlete of all time. So, yeah. Or are you a? Yeah, I think I answered your question. Once we start winning, they'll get back on the bandwagon. I am a diehard fan of Dion Sanders since 1988. That's awesome right there, Sunflower Brown. That's awesome to be able to be a diehard fan of primetime ever since 1988. And the fact that you was able to see primetime, because that tells me you was able to see him live in some games. I wish I was able to do that. With me covering Colorado football and primetime, one of the things I wish I was able to do was watch him live, because being able to watch somebody like primetime Dion Sanders play a football game, then fly out and play baseball in the same day, that is just, I can't even imagine. As a former athlete, I can't imagine that. So if some of you been able to see that live, I'm jealous a little bit. Stephen A is an ops and hater for sure. I agree. Salute. Shout out to Mr. All 365. Why don't they show the quarterback that came in from Vanderbilt, Walter Taylor? I don't know about that one. That's a very good question. I do want to see Walter Taylor more. We've seen a little bit of him when he first arrived. Then after that, he kind of went under the radar a little bit. But I don't think it's intentional. But I do want to see Walter Taylor. I forgot. Yeah, they do have Walter Taylor as far as the backup quarterback. One reason I really can't understand, most of y'all are not Colorado fans, you're Prime fans, and there's a difference. Hey, it is what it is, man. That's life. That's life with fans in general. You have Dion Sanders fans, you have Colorado fans. You have LeBron James fans that like the Lakers, and then when he goes to the Cavaliers, they're Cavalier fans. So I don't know. Unless you've been living on a rock, Justin, that's just the way sports been. I mean, it haven't just started with Colorado. It's been like that ever since that I've been following sports in general. I know they're going to hide it if it is true, but it is Shiloh really hurt or no? From my understanding, he's not hurt. Yeah, he was a fool for real, but always stood on business. Hey, that's dope right there. He had to. He had to be able to get this much attention as a coach that went 4-8 or whatever the case is. You know, all the publicity he has. He had to have been standing on business as a player. That's absolutely amazing. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't like it, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, it ain't hurting prime pockets. It's actually helping it. But once again, as I said before, we do have some players that attended or have already attended rookie mini camp.
Yeah. Grandma, man.
If we have to wait for him to flip, then if we have to wait for him to flip, whatever that means, we win 8 games. We don't need him because he is not a believer and will be quick transfer. He needs the attitude of C5. Shout out to Sloop World. He says, I'm going to tell you right now, watch them live many years, many games. It's not hype. He was so cold blooded. It's unbelievable. I can imagine Sloop World. I can absolutely imagine. I watched a few of the documentary, but I already know there's no difference between watching something that's been edited versus live. Judon, shout out to Judon. He said, I've been a Prime fan for over 30 years. Dude is a winner. That's dope right there. 30 years, a Prime fan over 30 years. That's absolutely amazing. You know, for me, it's amazing because it's like me watching LeBron James, you know, from his first year to last, and then he go off to be a great coach for a team or something like that. But I know you can't compare those two because LeBron would have to be like a cold basketball player and then go and play NFL. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy what Primetime was able to do. You know, to play football in an NFL game and then MLB, that's crazy right there. But the Lakers always had a large fan even before Bron stopped it. Yeah, what I'm saying at the end of the day, you have LeBron James fans and you have Laker fans. You know what I'm saying? That's just in sports in general, is what I'm saying. Shout out to Genuality. Shiloh commented on several social media pages. He is not hurt. Yeah, Shiloh good. And this is an example of what I'm saying. You have people that spread negative or false stuff on Colorado, and they have people believing it. Coach Prime will be ushering his mentor, Devin Hester, into the NFL Hall of Fame in August. What college coach has been able to do that? I don't know any. Shout out to Penn Powell, man. I don't know any, to be honest with you. Coach Prime is from my era as a 1985 grad, former athlete and Florida native. I've supported him. He represented our culture to the fullest. I'll always support him wherever he goes. Oh, that's dope right there. That's absolutely dope. I think it is highly important for Prime to land an elite quarterback after Shedeur. I agree. I think those wide receivers will leave. Otherwise, he needs to get Julian. They have to win. Yeah, Prime definitely going to have to replace Shedeur. I mean, there's no question about that. Especially, you know, after he said he's going to stay 10 years, 10 more years. So if that's the case, replacing the quarterback position is the most important position in football, highest paid position. So with Shedeur leaving, that's the number one position to address. I agree. It's true Colorado has fans, but Colorado wasn't making football revenue over the past decade until now. Coach Prime gets hired and revenue records never been before. and CU happens, yeah, that's facts. That's absolutely facts right there. What Coach Prime been able to do for Colorado is crazy. I mean, the fact that we're talking about a college football team that no one knew about damn near until Coach Prime says a lot about primetime Dion Sanders. So at the end of the day, whether people like it or not, you know what I'm saying? That's facts. Only one coach, only one person, I say it like that. Only one person can do something like that. Maybe Tom Brady, but it's not many people that can go and make, nothing into something. I think that Buff's backup quarterback hit the portal. Not from my understanding, because if that was the case, I would have made a video on that. I think Walter Taylor's still there. Galvin Cole, he did hit the portal, who would be on the channel as far as in the interview on Monday, but he's the only quarterback that hit the portal, and he didn't play. But I'm doing an interview with him because he's still a good guy, and I'm helping him as far as that go. But I mean, we didn't lose anything as far as quarterback. Shedeur will be a lot better with his protection. That's facts. What happened to all the others from Pro Day? Yeah, so as of now, um, we have Roderick Ward, who's still looking for opportunity. Noah Young. So the rest of the guys is playing the waiting game. So what happens with them is one or two things. Either they're going to wait or they're going to stay active. You have the XFL going on, CFL, arena football. So you have to stay active. It's better to stay active than to wait around for an NFL team to call. But what you want, if you are somebody like Roderick Ward that's very close, you want you don't necessarily want someone to get injured, but I mean, it's the nature of opportunities when we start speaking about football players. So, you kind of want something like that to happen so you can get that call, because at the end of the day, you want either someone to get cut, or God for granted, somebody go down with an injury, then you get that opportunity. So you have to stay ready. So the best way to stay ready, in my opinion, is to play football, not going to work out at your local high school or, in the weight room. The best way to stay ready is to play football, and that is the XFL, CFL, arena football that's still going on right now. But you need to stay busy because football is not a sport where you can just switch on and off when you feel like it. I wish Prime was more hands-on with the DBs, as I think he always have been, but especially with DJ McKinney. But anyway, I know he helps sometimes, and I could be wrong, but Mathis is not a great position coach. Dion has to step in sometimes, and that is not a good sign. Coach Prime always hand-on with a lot of the DBs. From when I'm reacting to Well Off Media videos, I mean, to say that he's not hands-on, I know what you're saying. You want him to be more hands-on with the DBs, but from my understanding, he's definitely always hands-on with the DBs when I'm watching them during drills and stuff like that. I mean, he can only do so much as a head coach, because a positional coach is a positional coach. So, Coach Mathis, I feel like, is a great DB coach. But these guys can't play for these players. They can only do so much. These guys got to actually implement what's being taught. But Nick Saban was a head coach and was helping the DBs. Yeah, same thing with Prime though. I don't know what these comments is as far as Coach Prime not helping the DBs, because he always helping the DBs. But he's moving around a lot of positions. It's not just DBs, it's all over the field. Not I don't know what that means. If 479 players get injured, Roger Ward needs to stay ready. 479 players. I don't even know what that means right there. He probably is. They're just not showing it. We can't assume because we don't see it. That's facts. they're not going to show everything. It's not like, Well Off Media goes live during his content where you can see absolutely everything. Everything is edited. Marcus, you have to send in better sentences because a lot of the stuff you send in, I can't even read it. Your first one was not I pre whatever that is. Now you're saying, what do you think of COA? And I don't know what that is neither. Magda, why don't we see other college teams recording like Well Off Media? I feel like because, like, I hate to be, I'm just being honest. There's only one Well Off Media. It's not a lot of people that can go and do what he can. You have other media staffs for colleges. They just don't edit the way Well Off Media does. But there's a lot of content creators that create content around different teams. Like you have some Alabama medias. I can't think of their name. You know what I'm saying? But they just don't edit the way Well Off Media does. So I can't say you will never, but it's gonna be very hard to see a Well Off Media version for another team unless Well Off Media branch out. And then maybe it's because of the hype around Colorado as well. I believe they're going to get the Natty. Oh, yeah, I believe too. If they're not showing it, it's not happening. Anything on the two cornerbacks, Rado was looking at what happened to Brooks and Hughes, any movement. No familiarity with those guys. They aren't playing for clicks. That's facts. They aren't. Mark is having a stroke in real time. Coach Flea and Hart thoughts. I like Coach Flea and I like Coach Hart. I do. I barely see Coach Flea, to be honest with you. So I don't know much about Coach Flea. I barely see Coach Flea. They not prime. That's facts. Hard knocks in the NFL. Peter, a prime hater. Y'all just saying. Yeah, I already know Peter is a prime hater. I already know that. Peter, I tried to remove those comments. Yeah, we all know about Peter. Need to go to the Saints with 75. LOL. It's a fantastic opportunity for these young men to learn from some very well experienced ex players. That's in and itself is priceless. Yeah, it is. It's an amazing opportunity for these guys, man. Some of these guys statistically didn't have numbers, but they have NFL opportunities. I mean, Leonard Payne, go look at his stats. But he has an opportunity with the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? That is so much. That's great. Jordan Dominic, Chargers. Obviously, Xavier Weaver. Derrick Mcclendon is another one. His stats wasn't, eye-catching, but he has opportunity. You know what I'm saying? This is what you can get for playing with someone like Prime as well as the rest of the staff. There's a lot of NFL experience around this team. Coach Flea, a good man. How do you feel about Colorado having to play Dylan Edwards? I feel like that it's not just I'm gonna answer your question, but I feel like it's not just Colorado having to play a former player. As I said before, you have Alabama, 39 transfers. Indiana, 39 transfers. Michigan, 39. There's a lot of teams that's going to have to play that former player. But as far as specifically Colorado having to play Dylan Edwards, I feel like it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be great for college football because many people are going to want to see it. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be interesting. And, I think it's going to be fun to see. It's going to be fun to see Colorado playing against Dylan Edwards. That's going to be one of the games that's going to be very entertaining. I would like to see Mcclendon go to UCF, and if he can get everything together, I would like to see him match up against Travis Hunter. Those things we want to see as fans. Like, it's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Would not want to see former players go somewhere else because me as somebody that loves football, it's very entertaining to see something like that. You should be happy Coach Prime has brought so many fans to Colorado. Would you rather we not be and take our money somewhere else? Facts. That's facts right there. You don't know Texas cornerback Terrence Brooks or Jeremiah Hughes from LSU? I know Jeremiah Hughes from LSU. I made a video on him. 5-star. But Colorado has many DBs. I don't think they need neither of those guys. Coach Flea is a great coach. He took over for Coach Prime at Jackson State when he was out with his surgeries. Yeah, Coach Flea is a great coach. A lot of these coaches aren't just coaching to help Coach Prime. They're coaching to get to the next level as well as far as their coaching career. I answered that question. Wait till Trav's end his career before we crown him. In college, he's him. Quarterback from Indy, uncommitted because of something bogus. Whatever this comment means, whatever that comment right here means, that's. I mean, obviously, we not the only one crowning Travis because he's on the front cover of the NCAA football game. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this means, Jordan Dominic didn't seem to do so well. He didn't, but he got an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. There's guys that don't play or perform well that get opportunities at the next level when you play for somebody like Coach Prime or the staff. It's not just prime time. It's just that's what you get when you play for Colorado. It's about heart. It's about your heart. Yeah, facts. It's about your heart. You got to have heart. Dominic was a dog. Facts. Yeah, he was a dog though. They need Shedeur to look more active during the run plays. The lack of action during run plays, easy for defense to tell the run. Yeah, I like that. If that's something you're seeing, the opposing team do always study the opposing competition. Watching film, seeing guys' tendencies. Just like if you was a wide receiver, if your stance is a certain way during run plays versus pass plays, DBs catch on to that. Not a lot of times coaches do, but a player that watches film, that is something that, if you watch film and you see something like that, then, that's something you want to correct if you should do it. These coaches can give insight on players to big teams. Facts. It's all about who you know. Networking. Yeah, he was, but don't see where he got picked up. Yeah, I mean, he got picked up. He got picked up. The Chargers. So you just have to Google it. If you Google Jordan Dominic invited to the Chargers, it'll come up. I did think Derrick Mcclendon intensity though. Yeah, I did like that too. I did like Derrick Mcclendon's intensity though. He looked like and played like a draft, in my humble opinion. Yeah, he plays 100%. I agree. That's what I like about Derrick McClendon. He goes 100, actually 150%. He goes hard. And that's why he's playing right now while a lot of people hating on him. You know what I'm saying? They watching him. So Kamani is still not on a team. I expect Kamani to get signed before next week. Kamani is still in the transfer portal. I don't think he's going to be in that long, though. His handouts and fakes are very slow. How can you dispute playing clicks? There is nothing wrong with that. Y'all make it seem like it's a false statement, I mean, it's business at the end of the day. So even if playing for clicks, in my personal opinion, is that is a um that's a hating thing to say. Playing for clicks means that they're not playing to win. So when I hear playing for clicks, I disagree with that because the clicks comes with it anyway, naturally. When you Colorado, it comes naturally because everybody wants to see them. Kamani cannot handle Travis mismatch. I want all the Colorado stars going to the Saints, proving under the lights, or people that do good playing them like they got CU, Colorado State University tight end. I don't know the full facts, but from what I see, Kamani is his worst enemy. How do you feel about Coach Mathis? I like Coach Mathis. I feel like Coach Mathis is a very good coach. Um, I really do. I feel like he does what he can to teach these guys the proper technique. But as I said before, there's only so much a coach can do for these guys. You know, he can't go out there and play for them because if he was able to do that, we all know how that would turn out. But I think he's a great coach. And every time I'm seeing him, what I'm able to see, he's always telling the DBs how to be in the proper technique. Terrence Brooks would be the best cornerback on the team besides Hunter. He was a great cornerback for Texas. If we was to go out and get another DB, I like Jeremiah Hughes, but Terrence Brooks would be nice as well. About the quarterback cheating, I have firsthand knowledge, but wanted to players, D1 coaches know everything. 230 people in the room. Hit the like button if you guys just chiming in. Travis is him. He did good. Weaver, you on my team now. The Cardinals in my city. We happy to have you in Phoenix. Not only the college is making big bank, Boulder and the surrounding towns, including small business. Facts. Yeah, the prime time effect. That's real. Ask Jackson State. Prime was able to do a lot for Jackson State as well, and I'm talking about Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah, he just stand there. Shit don't do nothing because they automatically think he throwing. Shedeur should probably mimic Peyton Manning when Tom Brady he's sponsored with Tom Brady. He really sells out during running plays. I knew it was gonna be the rest of your sentence was gonna be BS after hearing that. Speak on the Cardinals, how camp going. From my understanding, like I say, it's rookie minicamp right now, so you really can't dictate how camp is going for the Cardinals because it's only rookie minicamp. But it's all positional workouts. They're not even doing team stuff yet. 1-on-1, 7-on-7s. They're not even doing any of those things yet. So they're just getting in the mode right now. Do you think Xavier would get on the field time in Arizona? Yeah, I think so. I do think so. Boy, going to a HBCU, talking about Kamani. The only way he go to a HBCU is because of grades, in my personal opinion. But I can't see Kamani going to a HBCU. He gonna stay there. He embarrassed himself. Clicks come with a bag. Facts. There's a difference between clicks and clicks. Definitely HBCUs, dog. I'm a Manny Island fan, but he bit the hand that fed him. Weaver might run back some kickoffs, punts. Yeah, that's the thing about Xavier Weaver is that he can do more than one thing. He's not only a wide receiver. He can return kicks, punts. So that's going to help him in itself. All dude had to do was go play ball. The money would come. Facts. I agree. A player should play for clicks. Oh, trust me, they playing for clicks anyway. I mean, not just Colorado, but sports athletes in general. Sports athletes in general, they play for their brand. They all about getting paid. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them like to hold out a lot of times during camp until they get their money. I mean, do you blame them? Football is one of the most dangerous sports you can play. So, I mean, get your money. All these Colorado players got great potential. I agree. Just did. So we'll do a quick break.
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go.
Any word on Noah Young or Taj Austin? Were they invited or signed to a team? As of right now, no. As far as them being invited, they haven't been invited yet. But they still working. I see Noah Young working all the time on Instagram. But it's a waiting game. I think the Nebraska game would tell us about this season. Nebraska is highly underrated this season. That freshman quarterback will be elite. We will see. Travis is him, but not ever let a do him like Stanford. Yeah, I agree. That was the only game where he had to come with it. But that wide receiver you talking about, I think he's in the NFL right now. Shedeur needs to lock in. He's a great quarterback, but he needs to be like LeBron if he's gonna be Brady. Facts. He sells the run because he's not really involved in the play. Over 200 people in the chat with only 100 likes. Come on now. Yeah, come on, get them likes up, man. Get them likes up. Wish I was on the field with them just to tell them keep the energy up and talk trash to your opponent all game. Facts. Because it's a blessing to be able to play the game of football. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm like you, get rich. If I had a chance to choose between talking about Colorado or actually playing, I would go with playing any day. Why most of the transfers that left going Georgia State, I believe the reason they doing that because maybe it's a pipeline between um, coaches at Colorado. Because just because a player don't work out at a certain school, don't mean the coach won't help these guys get to a certain destination. So I have noticed a lot of the guys that do leave go to Georgia State. So that tells me there's some sort of connection between somebody. So love your channel. You keep it 100, no bias. Appreciate that. Dion is as transparent as it gets. Why does Jason Whitlock hate on Prime so much? I don't know about that one. I feel like Whitlock has a personal beef with Prime, to be honest. I thought Stephen A went overboard cussing him out till yeah, I agree. Yeah, Jason Whitlock has something about Prime that he don't like. And I think it's personal. I don't know what the beef is about, but I do feel like it's personal because every other day he has something to say about Prime. So that tells me it has to be something personal or he's using Prime name for clicks. I wish Coach Prime primarily speak to YouTubers like yourself and others. Yeah, that would be good. My grandson, Malachi, who is 4 years old, loves the theme song. He enjoys watching football with his grandmother. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, tell him enjoy the game. You think Shedeur will be the number one draft pick in 2025? Absolutely. I feel like he would have been the number one draft pick if he would have came out this past year, if we being honest, for what he was able to do with the subpar offensive line. I do feel that way. But as far as 2025, yes, because you have him, Quentin Edwards, the quarterback. I think he's from Texas, if I'm not mistaken. One of those schools. But I mean, Shedeur, according to Mel Kiper, number 7, as far as 7th draft pick. But I feel like he should be number 1. He will be number 1. Facts, facts. Big 5 in the house. What do y'all really about this season? Truthfully, you asking what do we think? I think that's what you mean. I feel like they're going to get at least they're going to make the playoffs because the college football now have 12 teams as far as that extension. So I feel like Colorado would fit at the lower end of it. I don't feel like they're going undefeated. They're going to lose a few games, but I do feel like they're going to be playoff eligible. If you guys know, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I mean, they're not going to win every game. It's a lot of games on that schedule that I respect. Baylor, Kansas State, but all of those games they can win for sure. It's not like they're playing Georgia. Georgia State is a great pipeline. Yeah, definitely. It is so important for that Colorado D line to be great this year with them playing in the Big 12. The Big 12 has so many elite running backs that have rushed for well over 1,000 yards. That's a great comment right there because the Big 12 is very different than the Pac-12. There's a lot of running backs. This conference loves to run the football where the Pac-12 passing. That's why a majority of the Pac-12 quarterbacks is in the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like that's going to play into the advantage of Shedeur Sanders because he's not competing against other quarterbacks. And I feel like Colorado will outscore a lot of those teams in the Big 12 because of the playing styles of the Big 12 conference. Because Colorado is a passing team first. But, I mean, Dallin Hayden, you know, Michael Welch. I mean, these guys can still run the ball as well. So play calling is going to be very important for this season as well. Even though Shedeur Sanders can throw the football, I think that they're going to need to run it just as important. If they do that, this team going to be hard to beat. Them dudes, crabs in the bucket. J5 got to pull up this year. Caleb needs some more looks. He's nice. Yeah, J5 definitely going to have to pull up this year. I think he will. Caleb Mathis needs some more looks. I like Caleb to get some more looks as well. He's one of those guys that he put in work. Clicks.
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go.
They know Dion Sanders doesn't care what they say and just smile. They're tired of seeing it. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing too, Jeanette Fox. Shout out to Jeanette. Shedeur to the Giants or Raiders. My prediction, the Cowboys. And the reason why is because the Dallas Cowboy fans, for some weird reason, don't like Dak Prescott, a quarterback that gets them to the playoffs every year. And I think that with the connection with because I mean Jerry Jones, it's not my opinion. I'm just giving you guys what I hear. Jerry Jones made it known that he wants Shedeur Sanders. Just go Google it. You can hear many times him speaking about that. So I feel like Shedeur is going to end up with the Cowboys in some kind of way. Maybe the Cowboys trade up to get him, but for some weird reason, they want Dak Prescott out of Dallas. Perfect setting for Shedeur. Megatron, Jimmy Megatron Jr., Willie Gaines, and some others went to Murray State, which is FCS. Yeah, I mean, congratulations to those guys being able to get back out of the transfer portal because there's a lot of players that's sitting in the transfer portal. Um, me and Willie Gaines had our back and forth in the past, but I'm happy that he's able to play because at the end of the day, being able to play is very important if they want to get to the next level. So shout out to Willie. Salute would like to see Shedeur use his running back and tight ends more in the passing game to make it easier to the. Yeah, I agree. That's what makes um that's what makes Patrick Mahomes so great is that the tight end, Travis Kelce. You know what I'm saying? I see the Raiders because I can read between the lines, but hope Loomis pull it off and get him and Travis and Shallow. Can't nobody guard Jimmy and Travis can't be stopped. Amari and Miller as well. I feel like with Amari and Miller, um, the good thing about Amari and Miller is he's going under the radar. A lot of people still not talking about him after that performance against USC. We know what he can do. So the fact that people not talking about him is going to be scary for college football because Amari and Miller is going to have the best year out of all the wide receivers. You guys heard it here first. He going to wake a lot of people up this year. Can't go to the Raiders. He's not going to sell no jerseys. Jimmy guards himself by dropping too many passes. I'm talking just in case Saints scouts on here. You never know. They will this year. Facts, facts. Once again, as I said, over 200 people in the room. Hit the like button.
Yeah. Grandma, man.
T-Dog, I know what you're saying. Shallow was a kid. We all did dumb stuff growing up. If Pat Shimmer doesn't run the ball this year, I'm done. Why would any running back want to play for them if that's the case? They must run the ball and establish a tone. I agree. They're gonna have to run the ball. I mean, if they're gonna sit there and throw 100 passes a game, that's not good. Clicks and views raises up a players and colleges. Yeah, it raises their stocks up for sure. That's all Jerry care about. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with y'all, I agree. All he cared about is clicks because what did Dallas do this offseason that makes you guys think he cared about winning? I mean, look at the Philadelphia Eagles. All that we was able to add to our roster. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Jones only cares about clicks. If we're talking about Dion only caring about clicks, what you guys saying about Jerry Jones? What have he done in the offseason that make y'all think he care about winning? I feel like they coming for Travis this year. We need to come off Travis this year. Use other pieces. They got a line now and bigger running backs. Every time they put Travis at wide receiver, they know he's getting the ball 85% of the time. That's true. Shout out to Terrence. Terrence Mean. Appreciate you. Shedeur was running for his life last year because he had ops, OC, and some of the O line were ops. Yeah, that's why Coach Prime got them up out of there. Care about that money and TV views. America's team. Appreciate that, Terrence Mean. What did you think about the offensive line in the spring game? To be honest with you, the offensive line was okay. It was better. But I want better, but I'm also thinking about the conditions of the spring game. It rained a little bit, so it wasn't. But again, no excuses because you play in rain. I feel like it was okay. From a scale 1 to 10, I would say compared to last year, maybe a 7 or 8. There's room for improvement because there was times where Shedeur was sacked. You know, um, but it was better than last year for sure. And with Shedeur being a dual threat quarterback, it won't be as bad as last year because he can run around a little bit. So the offensive line, as long as it's not like last year where they just running through. I mean, literally running through without being touched. You know, yeah. If I had to nag at any two things Shedeur does or needs to improve on, I would say pocket presence. Yeah, I agree, and he holds the ball a little bit too long as well in the pocket, in my opinion. You guys know I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I don't bite my tongue. He holds the ball a long time sometimes, and that causes a lot of chaos. For offensive line, wide receivers. So he also underthrows some passes. I don't know if you guys been paying attention to that, but there's some times where Shedeur underthrows a lot of receivers. So those things he gonna have to fix. Shedeur in Dallas will be box office. His jersey will be number one seller. Shedeur to Lamb will be crazy. Facts. The Colorado Bucks will not be a one-dimensional, easy, predictable passing offense this season. They got some running dogs that will run aggressively on the offense. The Buffs offense will be balanced. I do agree with you on that. I feel like they've learned a lot last year. You know, the fact that you can't just pass 100 times a game because that affected them in a lot of cases. I mean, think about the Stanford game when they was up 29-0. There's no way that team should have came back. You know, 29-0 at the half. If you run the ball more, manage the clock, there's no way that team should have came back. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they still wanted to throw the ball, to me, wasn't good coaching. Them dudes not giving they all in no spring game. That's all over. That's all over spring game in general. The only team I watched this season in the spring game that gave it 100% was Arizona State. You know, they was actually laying the wood. Everybody else, nobody was giving it their all in the spring game. Not Colorado. I mean, Ole Miss played 7-on-7. They didn't even have full pads. You know what I'm saying? So this era of football is just, I mean, I don't like to disrespect these guys because at the end of the day, they doing something that I'm not doing, but it's soft in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's I've never watched a spring game where it looked like two-hand touch. You know, now they're playing two-hand touch. I mean, we're talking about receivers getting touched. You know, it's not like back in the day. Back in the day, yeah, quarterbacks, you touch those guys, but now wide receivers, it's two-hand touch. You know, it's different. I was looking at some footage in spring game of Seaton. I think he needs to get off the ball faster. He was beat a few times that game. Yeah, I seen that as well. Undercard, Tyson fight, Shiloh versus. He only got sacked in the spring game because we got a new defensive line. Yeah, a cold one. Go time. But they were playing each other and didn't want to injure one another on the wet field. Yeah, I mean that's also true. Whitlock has a problem with the culture in general. He is trying to get back in the good with Fox Sports, and he is using Prime to do it. I feel that way as well. You know how much JJ loves the Sanders. Check all the interactions. They usually mute all their convos, but he tell Dion skip the draft. I'll sign both and pay them. Facts. Yeah, Jerry Jones loves some Sanders. That ain't no doubt about it. I would say this when I wanted Shedeur to start running. He did so. I know what's going on. Let's go. Xavier going to be a dog on my Cardinal squad. Facts. You have to realize why he's holding the ball too long. The scheme was not right. I like that, but he had a tendency doing that at Jackson State. Like I watched him at Jackson State, which is 30 minutes from me. When he was at Jackson State, that's his weakness. I'm just, my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's his weakness. Because there was interviews, I mean, where they was asking this with Coach Prime of why he holding the ball too long at Jackson State. This is not something that just started at Colorado. Did you see Coach Sapp grab that snake? No, I didn't see that. The Gators was playing for real too. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch the Gators. Oh, he grabbed it. I'm gonna have to watch that. The weather was terrible. It would have been stupid to go all out and risk injury. Please, fans, please, the fans, stop it. When does Colorado start practicing again? I'm unsure. That's a very good question, Dennis. I'm unsure on that one. Facts, because you do realize that he's a freshman. Starting over some grown men. These guys. Think about how many number of offensive linemen Coach Prime went out to go get veterans, and Jordan Seaton is starting over those guys. So he definitely getting better. You don't want to injure your players before the season starts. That's true. I respect it. Jerry Jones keep the Cowboys fans from winning because he doesn't get all the tools needed to win. That would screw up Shedeur's career. They said Kamani's coming to Florida as a walk-on. The average time I thought I saw was 2.5 seconds for a quarterback to get rid of the ball. Can you confirm the average time 2.5 or less? I mean, 2.5 seconds is too much time. Yeah, I'm thinking way shorter than that. What's your thoughts about Kamani? A walk on. I don't believe that one. I have to see it to believe that one. Yo, what's going on, Nody? Nody in the house, man. Always showing love. You have to watch Shedeur from high school to now to really get a feel for how he plays, but he will show you this season. Facts. I want him to show me. I know that he's a great quarterback, but every player has strength, every player has weakness. And me, just my personal opinion, I feel like he holds the ball too long. But, if he can correct those things, he can be great. Anything possible at this point. I do love the way Sapp has that D-line learning. His technique, teaching, and energy brings a huge dynamic to the defense and D-line. Now we can get Ray Lewis. Oh, if we get Ray Lewis for the linebackers, that would be crazy. Ray Lewis' energy is uncomparable with anybody. Jeanette, for real, overtime was hot, was fire. Yeah, I know Shedeur was a dog. You know what I'm saying? He still is good. I have to say facts. Shedeur is good, but he can be way better. Facts, like you said, exactly. Great players have weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to improve every day. Tom Brady had weaknesses, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? But you improve every single time you can. Seeding drafting third year top five. Hold on, seat drafting third year top five first round. He need a line that like that Mississippi. Facts. Mississippi breed offensive lineman. I'm trying to tell you, and I may be a little bit biased because I'm from Mississippi, but I'm telling you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys information on some of the guys. I doubt that Kamani will be at Florida State University or any P5 school. Yeah, I kind of doubted it. I really do doubt it as well. The way things been looking with all the information out on him now, with a lot of teams bagging out and his high school coach speaking the way that he was speaking. Shout out to Woodville. Okay, shout out to Jeanette, man, from Mississippi as well. So she already know how we get down, man. Mississippi. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, Terrence. Salute to T-Dog, man. Appreciate it. He does hold that ball too long, looking for someone to be open. Facts. That's facts, man. At the end of the day, you guys know I'm gonna just give my opinion. I don't mean I'm always right, but great players have things to improve. So that doesn't mean they're not great players. Kamani has to go JUCO, prove he's changed his ways. Also, we got to stop assessing quarterback one on the spring game. Let's wait till after game one. How many televised games they got? Probably a lot, if I'm not mistaken. My father's side from Woodville, Mississippi. Oh, that's dope right there. Woodville, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi, born and raised. Oh, that's love right there, Jeanette. That's love. Jackson, Mississippi. Clinton, Mississippi. That's where I reside. So it's like next door. Facts. Man, that spring game was, you know what? That O-line giving up hella sacks. Had QB2 running, holding the ball long. Facts. Jimmy Horn needs to play running back. Who are you, Matthew Charles? Kamani will be great. Watch and see. Yeah, Kamani gonna be good. I ain't gonna knock him. It was the off the field things that put him in that position. My folks are from Tachula, Mississippi. Oh, that's dope. I see a lot of y'all have some understanding about Mississippi then. Let's talk Shiloh. That guy, tough. Facts. I like Shiloh. Colorado football will be exciting this year. Oh, yeah, definitely will be. Yeah, Jimmy way too small for running back. Both the trenches is good now. Offensive line was, 52 sacks last year. That should tell you right there how the offensive line was. Yeah, it's soft football. Remember when they penalized Shiloh for a real tackle? Facts. Yeah, it's soft. It's a soft era now. Patrick Willis also signed with the Chargers. He was one of the number 2 offensive linemen. Yeah, Shiloh gonna be a great safety. But once again, appreciate you guys for chiming in. I just wanted to update you guys on the Buffs. If you guys want to donate, Cash App is posted. Hit the like button. We will have an upcoming interview this upcoming week with one of the players. And I'm chiming out, man. Peace.
Yeah.